Discover the magic of Nexus for yourself.
This is WTVK TV 26 Knoxville. It's time for the best in NAIA college football. An inside look at all the action, highlights, and personalities of the defending national champions, the Carson Newman Eagles, on the Ken Sparks Show. Today's look at Eagle football 1984 is brought to you by the J.C. Penney Company. Now here's your host, Stan Cotton.
Last Saturday afternoon in Hickory, North Carolina, top-ranked Carson Newman with a record of 6-1 went up against winless Lenoir Rhyne. Easy football game for the Eagles, you say? Not so. When it was over, the Eagles had won by 8 points, 28-20. Good afternoon, I'm Stan Cotton with Coach Ken Sparks. Today we're going to look at filmed highlights of that Eagle victory over the Bears. This afternoon, the Eagles don't have a game. They're off this week. An open date. We'll talk to Coach Sparks about how he feels not playing today. And we're going to continue our Coach's Corner series this afternoon with Alan Duncan, the kicking coach at Carson Newman. All that's coming up next as the Ken Sparks Show continues here on TV 26 in just a moment.
DP Gym Pack. Professional exercises at home. DP, fit for life.
For life, for life. DP, DP, DP. My turn.
Why should you buy J.C. Penney Auto Insurance?
Because J.C. Penney Auto works harder for me. They give me a great deal on rates.
They settle 88% of our claims in 3 business days after proof of loss.
The thing I like is that J.C. Penney Auto lets me choose the garage for repair.
I get 50% more medical coverage when I fasten my seatbelt.
I bought it because it's J.C. Penney Auto Insurance.
Why should you buy J.C. Penney Auto Insurance?
They work harder.
J.C. Penney Men's Department is your favorite place to buy your initial belt. If you're a champion, Olympian, or just a regular guy, J.C. Penney is your favorite initial. Buxton's initial belt is reversible from black to brown, genuine leather. It's initialized, and one size fits your favorite champion. Custom fitted to his own size. From A to Z, Buxton's initial belt. Found at your area J.C. Penney Men's Department. Buxton, J.C. Penney, and Carson Newman. A combination of all champions.
Carson Newman went into Hickory, North Carolina last Saturday to face the Lenoir Rhyne Bears. The Eagles entered that football game with a record again of 6-1, ranked #1 in the country. The Bears 0-8. And Coach Sparks, as we talked about last week, that was a pretty dangerous situation for your team.
Well, it was a real dangerous situation, Stan. They had nothing to lose. And of course, the thing that people don't realize is that Lenoir Rhyne's very much an improving football team. They started off with a freshman quarterback this year, and so he is gaining experience and getting better every ball game. He's a good athlete, and so you know, they're an improving football team. The folks that played them early in the year are very fortunate because Lenoir Rhyne's going to beat some people before the year's over, I believe. And so it's a dangerous situation. Anytime you've got the #1 team rolling into town, you know, you're going to get people's very best, and we're getting used to that now. Everybody's giving us their very best shot, and we're seeing things that we don't see out of them against anybody else. But that's part of it, and we were glad to have the victory, and glad to show you these highlights that are coming up here.
Our film is now set to roll as Carson Newman plays Lenoir Rhyne in Hickory, North Carolina. The first part of the game was really a defensive struggle. Neither offensive squad could move the football, so we're going to pick up action late in the first quarter after 4 punts. Carson Newman has it, first down 10 at the 28.
That's Jeff. We're in the white uniforms, solid white, and that's Jeff throwing the quick look-in pass there. Stan, as you see, we made some mistakes here in this ball game, but this is a great executed screen play right here. This is Ted Marcus getting it down the field, and that was a big play for us. We had 482 yards total offense this ball game, and it was a good offensive showing. We had 2 turnovers, but it was a good offensive showing. Here's Jeff on the bootleg and decides to run it at the last minute, and Jeff Joslin was the Sac 8 Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week, had over 330 yards total offense. That's Tuba Maddox. running in there and getting a big first down for us. Now it's 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. Jeff again on the keeper. No, I believe that's, we gave it to Tuba again on the veer. Now it's on the 1-yard line. This is Tuba over for the touchdown.
So Maddox dives in from 1 yard out. Revés comes on to add the PAT. The Eagles go 75 yards in 17 plays and lead by a score of 7-0. Now we're going to move on to the second quarter, still 7-0, as Sturgill kicks off for the Eagles. Well, actually, we're still late in the first quarter, just a few seconds left. And after the kickoff, the Bears return it. And now they're going to set up, as we're in the second quarter, for the 40-yard field goal. It's no good, and the Eagles will take over on offense. First down and 10 yards to go at the 24-yard line.
Good drive here. We took the ball after it was 7-0 and move up the field. This is Pat Walker on a hitch pattern. Does a great job getting it upfield and getting a first down. Or maybe that was, maybe it's 3rd and short right here. Was that first down?
It was 1st and 10. Walker on the gain of 9 yards. Maddox up the middle for 1.
Okay, the first down play wasn't a very good play. And then here we come back with the veer and hand it off to Tuba, and Tuba does a good job. Kenneth Tyson was hurt this ball game. Got hurt about the 3rd play, and so Kenneth didn't play any, and that took some things away from us offensively. Great throw and catch. Jeff Johnson to Pat Walker. Pat Johnson. And then here's Jeff on the quarterback sneak for the first down. Ted, is that Tuba or Ted? That's Tuba. Maddox on the misdirection play, getting upfield, and then here's Jeff Johnson throwing the bum to Pat Johnson. Pat does a great job getting it in the end zone for our second touchdown.
43 yards on the touchdown strike. Revés again will come in to add the PAT. The Eagles go 76 yards in 8 plays and lead Lenoir Rhyne by a score of 14-0. There you see the kick good by Revés. 7:35 to go in the first half. The Eagles lead by a couple of touchdowns. The kickoff from senior Mike Sturgill as Duncan returns it 23 yards to the 17, actually 17 yards to the 23. And later on in this drive, Bryson with a big play here for the Bears. He'll gain 20 yards on the pass play. Now something happened with our film here. We're going to miss a Lenoir Rhyne touchdown. We'll pick up now the kickoff after the touchdown, and it's now 14-7.
Big drive for them, Stan. We go ahead 14-0, and they come right back down, and we help them. We give them a couple of big plays. And so now with just a few minutes left, 3 or 4 minutes left and a half, it's important for us to come back down and reestablish. Great block right there by Pat Walker on the hitch pattern. And that's Pat Johnson on the run. Pat and Pat helping each other out there. That's good teamwork, good job executing.
Joslin back to throw. The pass falls incomplete, but the Bears were guilty on the play of roughing the passer, so that gives the Eagles the football. 1st and 10 at the 30. Marcus gets the screen pass again from Joslin. Good yardage. Good yardage and gets out of bounds to stop the clock, which we were working some against the clock here. Good drive for us. That's Ted Marcus again, getting it down inside the 5. And Jeff Joslin coming up will keep for the 5-yard touchdown run. And again, Coach Clark's Joslin had a great day. Had a great day. 330-something yards total offense, Stan. It was great execution on Jeff's part. Revés adds the PAT, so with 1:45 to go in the half, the Eagles lead over Lenoir Rhyne by a score of 21-7. That was the score at halftime. On now to the third quarter, it's 21-7 Eagles. The Bears have the football at the Eagle 39. Pat Apke on a blitz there and sacks the quarterback. Great play by Pat. Here's a good job by Tim Fouts and good team pursuit right here, getting to the football. Emory Randolph and company getting over there and making the play. Bryson again back to throw, this time Kerry Gentry for another sack. That was a good defensive play, a big 3rd down play, and we caused them to punt it. Roan goes in punt formation, a 40-yard kick. Now we're going to pick up this Eagle drive after the punt, 6 plays into the drive. Maddox for the Eagles will have the football. He'll drop it, and there you see the score. This is the fumble, and the Bears recover it. Surface gets the recovery, and LR is in position for perhaps another touchdown drive. Well, that's 2 weeks in a row, Stan, that we've laid the ball on the ground on our end of the field, and it's cost us a touchdown both times. We 21-7. We have the ball on the 4-yard line. We make 2 first downs. It's an opportunity for us to go down and really, ball game probably would be a pretty comfortable game if we go do something with that drive, which I think we would. And but we laid on the ground, and now they've got new life. It's 21-7. They've got the ball down in 4-down territory, and they've got new life. Here is a 4th down play. Big play. Fumble the football. We recover. But we're offsides, and it cost us a 5-yard penalty, and they've got the first down on the penalty. First down at the 11-yard line. Stewart for a gain of 9 yards on the throw, just barely kept out of the end zone. Dan Layton there on the play.
And then we keep him out of the end zone again. Great play by Pat, no, that's Emory Randolph. Come in there and make a great play, and then they throw the ball for a touchdown. That's a third down play.
Bryson on the touchdown pass to Stewart. The Bears go 25 yards after the fumble recovery, 7 plays. It's 21-14 after the PAT. Now after the kickoff midway in the Eagle drive, Carson Newman has it 1st and 10 at the 44, and Jeff Joslin goes to work.
Jeff had about 40 yards on this drive himself, and I think if we complete a pass or two, it was one of those days where we had a pretty balanced offense. We had over 200 yards rushing and close to 300. I mean, close to 300 yards rushing and over 200 yards passing. Jeff was 13 for 18 on the passing department, which was great. And of course, you can see right here, well, we missed that one. That was one of the few incompletes that we had right there.
That will make it for the Eagles 3rd down 8. Joslin again will scramble, and he'll get 11 yards. Heads-up play from Joslin.
Yes, good, big play for us. We don't make the first down there, we've got to go for the field goal, and we need a touchdown. And here's Ramblin' Ted right in the end zone. Ted's hard man to tackle, about 235 pounds worth when he gets rolling.
Marcus goes 12 yards for the touchdown. The Eagles go 72 yards in 10 plays. The point after by Reves is good, so it's 28-14. With 56 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Mike Sturgill again doing the kickoff chores for the Eagles. And we're going to move now to the 4th quarter. Later in this LR drive, the Bears have it 4th down 2 at the 39, and Duncan gains the 1st down.
Big 4th down play. We tackled him for a 2-yard gain, and all he needed was 1.5, so we made the 1st down. Another one of those times where they came on the field and moved the ball on us some. Of course, we helped them more than they needed to be helped with some mistakes, but they did a great job getting it back down there, and that's the reason Lenoir Rhyne's going to beat somebody before the year's over, Stan. They really didn't quit. They fought hard against us. There's an interception that we missed right there. Dan Layton hit him right in the chest, and we sure would like to have that one back because the next play they burned us for 6.
So Bryson hooks up with Stewart again for the touchdown, 18 yards. That makes the score 28-20. The extra point no good, wide to the left. So the final score, Carson Newman 28, Lenoir Rhyne 20. The Eagles go to 7-1 on the season in the conference. Carson Newman right now 5-1. Lenoir Rhyne still winless on the season. The Bears drop down to 0-8, 0-4 in conference play. Today, no football game. The Eagles have a day off. They'll play next week against Presbyterian. But as the Ken Sparks Show continues in just a moment, we're going to continue our Coach's Corner series this afternoon with kicking coach Alan Duncan. We'll be right back.
DP Gym Vac. Professional exercises at home. DP, fit for life. For life, for life. DP.
My turn. Why should you buy JCPenney Auto Insurance?
Because JCPenney Auto works harder for me. They give me a great deal on rates.
They settle 88% of our claims in 3 business days after proof of loss.
The thing I like is that JCPenney Auto lets me choose the garage for repair.
I get 50% more medical coverage when I fasten my seatbelt. I bought it because it's JCPenney Auto Insurance.
Why should you buy JCPenney Auto Insurance?
They work harder.
Some umbrellas can surprise you, but every totes is carefully engineered to open easily, reliably, with a special shape big and deep enough to shelter two. Some umbrellas can surprise you, but every totes is built to give you no surprises for years and years.
My totes is 10 years old. Still works beautifully.
Facets of a football game that many of us overlook, the kicking game. Not so with kicking coach Alan Duncan as we continue our Coach's Corner series.
Put that ball right on the money. All right, good drop. Way to hit that one. Way to hit it. Yes, sir. That's good. Mr. Bigfoot. All right, good concentration now.